Right now, the House is moving forward with President Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill. You've heard that phrase so many times over the past few months. 3 committees voted to advance some parts of the budget package, which is aimed at addressing priorities of the president's agenda. Let's bring in CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion. Continues to track all of this from Capitol Hill for us this morning. Bring us up to speed on where things stand now, Nikole, and what the next process or next step is in the process for the bill, and of course the sticking points that seem to be holding things up for Republicans.
Well, as far as the Speaker, his main goal is to get this over the finish line before the Memorial Day recess, so he's trying to stay steadily focused on that. Obviously, now that work has completed within pretty much most of the House committees, it wasn't just the 3 this week, but others earlier this month that had been marking up the bill as well. Now we will see that bill advance to the House Budget Committee, where they will basically assemble this package with a big, beautiful bow, if you will. But at the end of the day, Speaker Mike Johnson still needs the votes, and so he is meeting at this hour with a number of Republicans who have differences over the package. Conservative lawmakers, members of the House Freedom Caucus, who feel that some of the cuts in these packages don't go far enough, that this is the time to make these steep cuts to try to bring down the debt and the deficit. You have on the other side, many moderates who are a little squeamish about some of these cuts, whether it's to Medicaid or other programs. There's also still this unresolved issue of the state and local tax deductions, also known as SALT, which is something that really impacts many people, primarily in the Northeast and California. So you have lawmakers advocating for an increase in the cap to that particular deduction so that families can try to save a little bit more. So there's still a lot of things to tie up, if you will, but the Speaker hoping that he can get everybody on the same page to try to advance this bill next week.
Yeah, the pressure is definitely on. And I know, Nikole, you've always got smart shoes on because it's never a dull moment in your part of the world. And you've got multiple hearings on the Hill happening this hour. It includes ones with the EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. Bring us up to date on what's happening on those fronts.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, obviously, the president not too long ago released his budget blueprint, what's being called a skinny budget, because it doesn't detail all the things that the administration would like to do, but is kind of a snapshot of some of his budget priorities that he would like to see lawmakers address here on Capitol Hill. So you basically have a number of cabinet secretaries that are up here not only this week, but also next week testifying about that budget. In the case of EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, they are testifying today at appropriations committees, both in the House and Senate. But really, for Democrats in particular, this is an opportunity for them to try to rake some of these officials over the coals, particularly as a number of these different agencies have seen cuts. So with respect to the EPA, that has really been the subject and thrust of a lot of these hearings, really trying to get at the nature of some of the cuts that the agency is trying to impose, particularly at the EPA, where they have really sliced the budget almost in half, rolled back a number of initiatives from the Biden administration. So Democrats have been grilling Zeldin on that. In terms of transportation, obviously, there's a lot of concern about safety, of course, in light of some of those outages we have seen most recently at Newark. So that has also been a topic of discussion, with the secretary saying that this is going to take several years to try to reform this system with respect to air traffic control.
Yeah, Democrats on these panels trying to flex their oversight muscle. Nikole Killion with all the latest details. Nikole, thank you.